honor me to give me such an opportunity to give a talk to you on very special day, Bodhi Day. Sorry, maybe the slide is too small for the people in the back. Today's topic is flowering the Buddha nature. I strongly believe, every person has Buddha nature in the core of the personality. Even the criminals who committed very serious crimes, in their essence of personality, they have genuine, pure Buddha nature. Next page. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy, actually. I left Mount Fuji last night. I was conducting the weekend fasting seminar. Every other month, about 45 people come to attend the fasting seminar, no food over the weekend. And I left from Mount Fuji to Narita Airport and arrived a couple of hours ago. So I spent a sleepless night in the flight, no food before. I want to go to bed as soon as possible, but I try to keep myself awake for 1 hour at least. Next page, the slide, please. This is the structure of the human consciousness. I hope you can see on the top of the cone, I indicate the surface consciousness. We normally live our daily life in the range of the surface consciousness. But beneath that, there is subconsciousness. As you know, lots of ideas, emotions are there. We have not yet verbalized what we think. We have lots of emotions, lots of ideas, images, but we cannot yet verbalize in the subconsciousness. But beneath the subconsciousness, there are two kinds of the unconsciousness. One is the personal unconscious, and the other one is collective unconscious, based on the Jungian psychology. And we have the personal unconscious from the moment of birth. Strictly speaking, we may have the personal unconscious from the stage of the fetus in the belly of the mothers. We are already developing some kind of the unconsciousness from the stage of the fetus. And we have lots of memories, especially from the moment of birth. Most of the memories can be positive. Parents, gave us lots of affections. We had a brother and sisters and lots of friends. They become the positive memories. But on the other hand, some people are not so fortunate. They may have very severe negative memories. They could have very abusive childhood. Parents can be abusive, or some neighbors, school teachers, and school classmates. Sometimes quite mean, and they become the negative memories. And this black stuff you see in the cone is the negative memories. Normally, we have very cheerful, happy, positive personality. But because of this black stuff in the negative memories in the unconsciousness, our personality is often deformed or distorted. Normally we think we want to be very conscientious, kind, warm-hearted people. But in reality, we do often something totally opposite. We may tell lies, we may betray friends, We do lots of the cold stuff. Why? Because the negative memories in the personal unconscious. So unless we delete these negative memories, we cannot be really happy people. Positive memories is the source of self-confidence. We have the dignity with ourselves thanks to the positive memories. But as I said, on the other hand, we have the negative memories. And because of that, no matter how much we are wealthy or prestigious, we don't feel really happy. So what we have to do is to dilute or delete the negative memories in the personal unconscious. Beneath the personal unconscious, there is a collective unconscious. This is beyond the ego, beyond the self-consciousness. We share the same collective unconscious regardless of the ethnicity, education, gender. It doesn't matter at all. But from the beginning of the human history, we have experienced large-scale wars and epidemics, famines, massacre. They became the negative memories. So many nations are confrontational. For example, right now, Chinese people do not like Japanese very much because we have bitter memories from the past in the modern history, or Korean people, North Korean people. And Jewish people and Palestinians are very much confrontational because they have very bitter history from 4000 BC in the era of the Old Bible. So these negative memories in collective unconscious is mostly the cause of the conflicts and the wars, and it's not easy to delete these collective negative memories. If we really establish world peace in a real sense, we have to delete these negative memories in collective unconscious. Mere diplomatic effort doesn't bring the solution to the national conflicts. For example, American president, every American president go to the Middle East, wishing them to establish a peace treaty between Israel and the neighboring Muslim countries. But nobody has succeeded because of these negative memories in the collective unconscious. But no matter how much we have negative memories, either in a personal unconscious or collective unconscious, we have very happy, shining Buddha nature. Our mission in this life is to excavate this hidden Buddha nature. If this blocking negative memories are removed, this sunlight come to our personality. We don't have to gain anything from outside. We already have Buddha nature inside. We have the diamond treasure inside, but it is covered by thick earth. So we have to excavate this Buddha nature. That is what I want to say today. Next slide, please. And one of the two ways actually to excavate the Buddha nature, hidden Buddha nature, is through the faith and the practices. Roughly speaking, there are by and large two schools in Buddhist history. One is the faith-based Buddhism, such as the Jodo school, Jodoshin school. They pay very serious attention to devout faith. You should have very sincere faith in Amida Buddha. On the other hand, for example, I came from Rinzai school. We are very self-conscious practice, Zen meditation, Shingon school, Tendai school, they have the very self-conscious positive practice toward the development of the Buddha nature. But whichever approach you make through the faith or practice, essentially what you do is the reintegration of the body and mind. Normally, our body and mind are separated. They are dichotomized. So right now, I'm very happy you are listening to me very carefully, but if you are already thinking something else, you are physically sitting here, but some of you may be thinking what should I have for lunch, Oh, maybe I should have a drink after this talk, like that, Then you are sitting there physically, but your mind is somewhere else, That is the mind condition or psychological condition of the most people in modern society. Our mind and body are dichotomized. They are very much tattered or separated. So we have to bring them together through the faith or practices. And this part, yellow part with the stripe, is the interfusion of body and mind. That is the place we feel the joy of Buddha nature. We don't have to bring anything from outside. Only if we can interfuse body and mind through faith, chanting Namo Amidabha Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, or through the very much esoteric practice such as Zen meditation or mountain walking or the waterfall practice. There are so many kinds of practices. But essentially, whatever form of practice you take, what we aim at is this yellow stripe part. That is the identification, body and mind, where we feel very profound, deep ecstasy. That is a very sheer, profound ecstasy, very positive feeling. That's why we have such Buddha image, especially in Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan. There are many Buddha images. Male and female Buddhas are hugging each other, making love actually. It indicates the very sharp sexual pleasure. Why? Why in a Buddhist tradition they worship sati, in a sense, very dirty 3D symbolism? It is a symbolism of religious joy. When our Buddha nature comes to the surface, through the devotion, mind and body are not separated any longer. We feel very profound joy here. And this Buddha image symbolize that kind of spiritual joy or ecstasy. Next slide, please. So the devotion is a key. Whatever you are engaged, it doesn't have to be always something religious, even through the music or sports. If you devote yourself into the thing, you can have that kind of the concentration. Through the concentration, you experience the interfusion body and mind. The other way to explain the Buddha nature, this is in a sense, this is, some of you need a Japanese explanation. I forgot. 日本語が必要ですかね。仏書を開くというお話をさせていただいておりますが、誰にでも仏書はあります。ところがいろんな否定的な記憶で、仏性が見えなくなっている。それを掘り起こす方法として信仰と行というものが、どちらの道を選んでも本質的には心と体をぴったり合わせていく。そのぴったり合わせたところに法悦というものが生まれる。そこにブッダネイチャーも現れてくるという考えですが、This is a subconscious self, in a sense soul, and our mind and the soul are alienated each other. So we have to reconcile with ourselves. Mind and soul should be together, should be identified, overlapped. But in most cases, mind and the soul are separated. That is the tragedy of human life. In a sense, this soul is called the inner child in modern psychology. We have very innocent, very charming baby inside, fetus inside. No matter how old you are, 90 years old, 100 years, you have 3-year-old infant inside you. He or she is the wisdom. For example, very famous French alpinist, Messner. Messner is the guy who climbed all the 14 mountains above the 8,000 meters tower, And he had a very serious accident at Mount Everest and fell into the crevasse right before the peak. But he was hot, he was exhausted, no oxygen. He didn't carry any oxygen tank. But when he managed to climb up the crevasse, he saw very cute girl in reality sitting on the ice, and he could have a conversation with her. He was desperate, totally exhausted, very thin oxygen, and he was hard falling into the ice crevasse. But he managed to climb up, and he saw very cute young girl sitting next to him. He was so surprised and started conversing with herself. And she guided which way he should go forward step by step and managed to climb the peak finally. So the question, who is this girl? No human beings around near the peak of the Mount Everest. That is his inner child in a very extreme circumstance. His inner child was visualized as a cute young girl. Every person, no exception, we have the inner child as the personification of the real wisdom or Buddha nature. So what we have to do is to rediscover inner child within ourselves and start having conversation with her or him. That is a source of the real imagination or real creativity. Somebody introduced me. I have already authored more than 40 books, including the novels. It's unusual as a scholar. How come I'm extremely busy? My schedule is extremely packed, but I keep writing. Why? I'm not such a smart guy, but because I listen to my inner child, he tells me what to write. He gives me ideas and images. So in my case, I can express what I feel through writing. Every person has a different talent. Some people may express by singing or playing piano or painting. There are tons of ways to express yourself. In my case, writing is my way of expression, but whatever way of expression we choose, what is important is to have a conversation with our own inner child. Next slide, please. This is a very famous, the 10 cow herding pictures, Ju no Zu. It was created by Chinese monk in the 10th century, Tang Dynasty of China, to explain how we develop enlightenment, how we develop our spirituality. Very first stage is the cowboy is looking for a lost cow. He doesn't know which way he should go to look for the cow. The cow is very valuable property, but he's gone somewhere, so he is quite upset and looking for every direction for the lost cow. Next slide. In the second stage, he finally locates the footprints of the cow. So now he knows the direction which way the cow was gone. Up to this stage, he didn't know he should go to the east or west, totally lost. But coming to the second stage, he now knows the direction which way he should go to find the cow. Cow is the enlightenment, Buddha nature in a sense. And in the third stage, he locates the bottom hip of the cow. He now sees the part of the substance. He knew concept of the Buddha nature or enlightenment or devotion, faith, whatever. But coming to the third stage, he now witness the substance, a part of the substance. Now feeling it, For example, in my case, I spent so many years in the Zen monastery, When you are novice, you are sitting in Zen style, what you feel is just sleepiness, and your legs hurt a lot, It is sort of torture, But eventually, if you get used to, once you sit down, you feel it. You feel something inside yourself. You are very much accustomed in meditation. So the leg pains and the sleepiness are gone. So that is the stage you start feeling the substance is coming closer to you. Next slide, please. Fourth slide is very important. This is a climax of the practice and the faith. You are feeling Buddha nature right there. You have to grab it. You have to catch it, So you cannot lose any attention. It is extreme totalness, This is a climax. I'm sure that all the benevolent monks and priests experience in their practices. You have to be very much devoted, concentrated. Otherwise, you cannot get it. This is a high time of religious practices. At the same time, we don't have to translate the Ten Cow pictures. Even the secular people, when you start the business, it's not easy to put your business in right track, If you are entrepreneur, you don't know how you can make money and how you can make your business stable. So coming to this stage, you have to be very, very concentrated and serious to make your business really prosperous and successful. Every person experiences such climax of human life. Every person. Some people, maybe women, are simply housewives, They don't have to the outside professions, but the other housewife, there should be a crucial moment in a family life for her, how she can make the whole family really happy. It's a really big vision, big job. So every person should not make a detour of this climax of human life. This is a very important stage to develop our Buddha nature. And coming to the final stage, the cow. Now, cow doesn't try anymore to run away. Cow is now at this stage obedient. He follows the cowboy. It means the religious awakening and the daily reality are very much coordinated. Up to this moment, you maximize your effort to arrest spiritual awakening. But coming to this stage, you don't have to make that kind of the self-conscious effort. The spiritual awakening, Buddha Dharma follows you. Buddha nature follows you in daily life. You start feeling real joy in a secular life. You don't have to go to special holy places. In a workplace and at home, you are with it. You feel identified with the spirituality. This is a start of the real spiritual joy. Next page, please. Number 6, coming home on the cow's back. This is the thing we should all experience. Now the cowboy is sitting on the back of the cow. He released the rope. He doesn't have to control or maneuver the cow. The cow knows a way back home. Automatically, cows take back the boy home. This means the real interfusion or real reintegration of body and mind, or the reintegration of the reality and the spiritual awakening. As a human being, this is a maximum joy. For example, if you're manager of some company, you don't have to be bossy anymore because every employee loves your company and he and she works very hard, and the company gets bigger and bigger, more prosperous, successful, because the employer and the employees are identified. You love the same stuff, that you share the same love for the company, So in a family context, wife and the husband, are in a very good relations, love each other and have wonderful kids. And the family is the oasis of mind, This is the happiest moment of human life. Everybody should come to this stage. We are born to this life. We are given human bodies. We are very fortunate, and especially you had a chance to learn the Buddhist teaching. Now, as a human being in this secular life, we are missioned to have such great joy in daily life. But this is not the last stage of spiritual development. Number 7, the cow forgotten. Leaving the man alone means the cow is already in the barn, maybe taking a nap. He's asleep, out of the scene, and only the cowboy is there, sitting down. It means the cow is already integrated into himself. No gap, no distance between the subjectivity and the objectivity, between the man or God. Whatever, good and evil, nothing is dichotomized. He, at this stage, established real self-identity, subjectivity. He is the protagonist, main figure in the theater. ちょっと日本語で説明しますと、大動物で気球来たということで、牛の上にカウボーイが乗って笛を吹いている。He's playing flutes actually. とっても楽しそうな瞬間ですよね。ここでこの世の達成感を味わってるわけです。人間として仕事もうまくいった。あるいは本当にその悟りを開いたというかね、この世に肉体を授かった人間として最も幸せな瞬間だけども、それが最後になって第7図では自分が主人公になる、自分が本当の意味で主体性を確立したところですね、人間として。At this stage, we don't have to be fooled around by other people's information. We know what we are. This is the clarity of human life. You know what you really want to do. Next stage. And at 8th stage, the cow and the man both are gone out of the sight, means ringyungbo. Simple emptiness or nothingness. There are many expressions: no mindedness, no self, mu or ku. In Buddhist philosophy, the most essential concept is shunyata, emptiness. And this round circle indicate that kind of the emptiness or nothingness. When we have achieved that kind of the satisfaction as a human being, some people like money a lot. That's good, I always tell the human desires are not negative. That is a wonderful gift from God. If we like money, we work very hard to make money. And some people may like the fame, prestige, and he maximizes his effort to become famous, So whatever you want to get, human desire is the driving force, the engine of the car. The engine of a car. Because of the engine power, we can move forward, So human desires are very important for spiritual development. But once you get what you really want to get, you become, in a sense, desireless. You already have whatever you want to have in your hand. Then for the first time, you become desireless, egoless, We cannot jump into this kind of a transparency. No self-psychological condition. We cannot jump in here. As a human being, we should make every effort to succeed, to achieve our goal. And achieving the goal, for the first time, we experience this kind of transparency. No attachment, no clinging. Once we come to this stage of the psychology, we come to 9. Returning to the origin, back to the source. It means this is a very ordinary landscape. Just a cherry blossoms are moving. Nothing has changed. You come to the old daily life. The same people in the family and the workplace, nothing has changed. But once your mind, subconsciously is cleansed, purified, what you see is totally different. Before that, prior to the transparency, daily life was the cause of suffering. Human relationships were short of the money. There are so many causes of suffering in daily life. But once we come through these stages and reaching the transparency in our mind, we can enjoy daily life as it is. Nothing has to be changed. Same old husband or wife. We don't have to be bored by them, Every day is exciting day. Next stage. This is a destination of paying cow herding pictures. That youngish, lean boy became very much fat. He lost his hairs, We call him Grateful Saint, Chiseiji. He could have experienced so many things in his life. Bitter or sweet. He could have practiced very hard as a monk priest. Or he could have studied a lot, getting degrees from the graduate school. But he doesn't smell anything, He is a very ordinary person, bomb. He doesn't look special at all, Ara Sensei is 85 years old. He could have very much serious practice when he was young. But reaching age of 85, he looks sort of silly. Oh, you don't agree? He could be a very learned person. He knows all the Tendai school philosophy, but he doesn't smell it. But just being there, he brings the peace to people's mind. That is the ideal human image. The most mature person should be foolish, city. That is the idea of Asian tradition. In a Judeo-Christian tradition, same person should be really saint, holy. He should be meticulously moralistic, ethical, and maybe celibate. But in Asian tradition, he looks very ordinary, sort of silly. This is the wisdom of Asian spiritual tradition, I believe. Not only the Buddhism, starting from India, coming through the China, Korea to Japan. What we really value is the wisdom which is often embodied, which is often materialized as silly-looking person. If you look very intellectual, or if you always talk about something spiritual, moralistic, the cow is still somewhere out there. It's not inside you. I used to go to Middle East every year. Japanese, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, delegated me every year to all the Middle East Muslim countries to have the conferences with the Muslim scholars. And whichever country I go, what they say is, Allah is great. Allah, nothing but Allah is great, And they just recite the Quran all day long, But to me, I'm sorry, I'm not criticizing the Islam religion. But if we really, Allah is integrated inside us, we don't have to use the word of Allah in every sentence. If we talk about the God, Buddha, Nembutsu, Daimoku, whatever, it's still some distance is remaining. If it's really integrated, if the Buddha nature is 100% flowering, excavated, whatever you are doing, eating, cooking, walking, washing, every moment is the embodiment of Buddha nature. And this great Guru saint symbolize that kind of mature personality. So, on this very special Bodhi Day, we share the same mission, regardless of our academic credentials, or family lineage, or the financial income, regardless of the gender, we share the very same mission to become great full saint. That is 100% of the blossom of Buddha nature. That is the very simple teaching of Buddhism, I imagine. And some people take very religious approaches. Getting ordained, becoming the monks and nuns, they go through the very religious channel. But the majority of people remain as a lay people, secular people. But that is the life theater. You can practice your spiritual life in a secular, mundane life, and that is a way you can bring your Buddha nature to the surface of daily life. So whatever approach we make, we share exactly the same mission to bring out the hidden Buddha nature inside. Do I have more time? 日本語でちょっと説明しておきますと、十流の図の最後は知性人ということですよね。一神教の世界では最も神に近い人というのは聖人として独身であるとか道徳的に完璧であるとかそのように思われているわけですが、我が東洋ではですね、本当に知恵のある人というのは愚かであると。決して賢く見えない。学問があるかもしれないし、すごい宗教体験があるかもしれないけれども、そういうことを口にしなくてもそこにその人がいるだけでですね、すごい存在感があって、 そのお方に会っただけで安心するというかね、その方が安心立命しておられるから、その安心立命の気持ちがこちらに伝わってくる、伝播してくる、こういう人間になるのがですね、相続を問わず同じ目的じゃないかというのが私の考えなんです。And I mentioned I came from Mount Fuji last night, and I conduct a weekend fasting seminar. During the fasting seminar, what I do is the voice meditation. I spent 20 years in Zen monastery. I spent nearly 20 years in Christian tradition in the East Coast. And about 10 years ago, I went back to Japan. So I spent 50 years before I came to some point to develop some therapeutic meditation, which is I call the arigato meditation. Arigato. Everybody knows the Japanese word arigato. When you recite the words arigato 5 syllables very slowly with a deep breath, your mind condition changes. I practice this over 20 cities in Japan, and I occasionally come to Hawaii, and I go to France regularly. French people and Americans and Australians, Taiwanese share exactly the same spiritual experiences. Simply reciting the arigato. Arigato is the most powerful, most beautiful Japanese I imagine. I demonstrate. This is the way you recite. Then you can bring together your mind and body. This is a non-sectarian, non-religious therapeutic meditation, and I'm inviting Christians, and I one time visited Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Muslim people started crying a lot. So we have Buddha nature inside, and there are many ways to dig it out. In my case, I chose this arigato meditation, and by accident on the 10th Tuesday from 2 o'clock. I host this voice meditation for a few hours at the Ara Sensei's place, Tendai School Temple. And if you are interested, you are all invited. And I want to send my arigato grace to the Buddha himself on this very auspicious, wonderful Bodhi days. Thank you very much for listening to me.